Hi everyone, this is Gregory Valentine. I am one of the previous graduates from the Global Child Health Pediatrics Residency Program, and while I was a pediatric resident, I was in charge of creating this logistics guide, which has been passed on for several years now to help improve knowledge on how to get medical licensing and other information. And so this is kind of what that uh, logistics guide looks like. But before I begin, I wanted to take this time in this little screencast that I'm giving right now to specifically talk about how to obtain your Texas medical license and get prepared to go abroad for your time in Africa. Because in order to go abroad, in order to get licensed abroad, you have to have a Texas medical license, which most residents and fellows do not necessarily have because you have a training permit. And so there's a few things that are tricky, and I just wanted to make sure that you are aware of those things. So this is that logistics guide, and on page 1 is a table of contents which goes through all of the different things in it. But the key part that I wanted to speak to you about today is in relationship to how to obtain your Texas medical license. So I'm scrolling down currently to page 26, which is where the information for obtaining a Texas medical license is located. And so you can see it says right here, what do I do to get ready? And this whole section here from 26 on deals with getting ready for going abroad and how to get the licensing, which can be quite overwhelming, to be quite honest, and costly. It's about anywhere from a little over $1,000 to get it all done. So the first thing that you need to do, you need to take your USMLE Step 3 during your intern year if you're a resident, or if you haven't done it, if you're a fellow, you should do it as soon as possible. And so in order to do so, you go to this website here, which is www.fsmb.org. You can click on it just directly in this logistics guide if you have it up online, or if not, you'll have to pull it up yourself if you have a hard copy. So you go there, which is this Federation of State Medical Boards, and click on Licensing and Exams, currently here in this left top column. And then you can see the exam services, and it's changed slightly, but you'll see there's this USMLE Step 3. And so you'll have to click here, and then you'll set up, create an account, and go from there and set it up. And then you can follow the necessary directions from there on to schedule your USMLE Step 3. The cost for the USMLE Step 3 is about $830 as of 2016. And the other key thing is that it takes about 2 days to complete, 2 full days. So really try to schedule this during a time period in which you are off or have vacation or full weekend or something along those lines, and especially not during a call rotation. It's just going to be really hard to do. And also, whenever you do register, you'll get a 3-month contiguous block of time in which you can take that 2-day test. So just keep that in mind as well, that you'll have 3 months to get that 2-day test done after you register. So that's the first and most important thing, is make sure that you get your USMLE Step 3 done, because that will then open up the door for you to get your Texas medical license and finish that application. But you can't even do the Texas medical license until you have your USMLE done, because in order to apply for your application for your Texas medical license, you need to have completed Step 1, Step 2, and the USMLE Step 3. So now you can move on after you've completed that and successfully passed your USMLE Step 3. You can move on to your Texas Medical Board official license application. So in order to do that, you click on this link, the tmb.state.texas.us, and you will find a specific area called licensing. So when that pulls up, you see this area right here on the left-hand column that says licensing. You'll click on that, and then you'll see the full Texas medical license here under the physicians tab. Click on that, and then it looks like nothing happened, but it's actually pulled up underneath. So now you look down below, and you can see over here on this left-hand side is a lot of the information about before you apply. So there's a lot of key information about the application process, examination requirements, and so on that you should look through before you even do the application, because you'll need to look at what documents you need to have ready, medical school transcripts and things like that, which will be helpful. And then the next thing is that you can look at your application and get started on your application, which you click on that tab that I just clicked on, which was application. And then this will pull you to this website, part of the website, this blue background here. And down at the bottom, you'll see that you put in your email and your date of birth in order to start your new application. So this is important, and you'll also have to complete the application within 15 days or your information will be deleted. So that is important because you don't want to start the application and then wait. You have to complete it within 15 days. So that's important to know to get this done as soon as possible. You'll have to pay an application fee of about $817, and then there's also a supplemental documentation checklist back on the Texas Medical Board forms, and you can see that there's a lot of different forms that you can see, licensing forms for physicians, and different forms that can help you, that you can get information for if you have any questions regarding any of the forms that come up. All right, so let's go back to the logistics guide, because another key part of this is that we actually have put in some of the key information for some of the supplemental information documents that you will be asked to present for this licensure application, and that is any alternative name documentation, a birth certificate, passport, dean's certificate, all your examination transcripts from your USMLE, and so on. And that's all right here. And so I'm not going to go through that. You can read that because we have two more quick sections. Also, as part of your Texas Medical Board license, you have to get fingerprinted officially. And so in order to do that, you have to set up an appointment to have your fingerprints taken at this website. But in order to do that, you have to have a 6-digit ID that is emailed to you and given to you by the Texas Medical Board once you have started your application. So you have to have that ID, and you must present that plus your fingerprint pass whenever you go to the scheduled appointment that you have scheduled through this website right here. And it costs about $42 as well. And you can also see this link in case you have questions about that. That can also be found on the Texas Medical Board licensing page as well. Once again, under the full Texas Medical License. And down here you can see this Get Fingerprints. You can click on that. And then this will also give you some more information as well as the scheduling appointment information, and links are all in this area about how to do that fingerprinting if you have further questions. All right, and then finally, the JP, or the jurisprudence exam, is the last step. And so once you have filed everything and you've paid your fees and you have your application pretty much done, you will then be given a scheduling permit from the Texas Medical Board in order for you to sit for the JP exam, or the jurisprudence exam. This is given by Pearson, and it's about $61, and you can schedule it at this website right here. I'm not going to click on it, but you can also call at this number, 888-300-6228. And finally, there are several study guides available. We currently have some through the residency program as well, so if you have any questions, let us know. There's also this Texas Jurisprudence prep.com, which is about $185, and that was helpful, but there are some other study guides available. So that is kind of the quick information on how to obtain your Texas medical license and the application process of that. It can be quite complicated. If you have any questions, please contact any of the individuals that are in charge of your pediatrics global child health residency, Dr. Suti, Dr. Martin, and if you have any other questions, I'm sure that we can help you out. Thank you so much.